Exposing the botting mafia in World of Warcraft. This is by the guy who a couple of days ago said that he's gonna quit YouTube because he feels threatened. Something must have changed, or maybe there's an update to this situation, but it's gonna be interesting.
Yo, what up, boys? It has been a couple of days since I uploaded my presumably last video. And at the time, I wasn't lying. Because I had the worst 2 days of my life. It sounds like I'm overreacting. And I can understand why you guys would think that, because you don't have access to all of the information. Well, today, I'm going to bring you that information. And I'm going to tell you something that 99% of the community is not aware of, including Blizzard. We have to start from the beginning.
Whatever he says about botting, Blizzard is aware of it, I can guarantee you.
Throughout the period of time where I've created videos, I've received these threats either in-game, through YouTube, through Discord, or through my WhatsApp. But none of those threats faced me, because I know, as well as you guys know, that those are just empty threats. In fact, it wasn't any of the threats that I received. It was the threat that I didn't receive that scared the living shit out of me. All of this was brought to my attention by a guy working within the industry himself. This Swedish guy is running 6 bots on the EU servers. He's running 5 of them on hardcore and 1 on era. This guy reached out to me in-game and said, I want to show you something that will make you really angry.
Hardcore is the most profitable realm.
I accepted his call on Discord and he started streaming his Discord back to me. He was extremely nice, he was very well spoken, and he explained to me that he's making almost $2,000 from running these 6 bots every single month. He's paying about...
Yo, I need to get into botting. I have been thinking about getting into botting for such a long time, but I don't want to get into botting because of the, setup stage is like really annoying and whatnot, and I don't know where to sell the gold exactly, the best ways for it, okay? I don't want to be scammed by these stupid gold selling websites. Man. Guess I'm gonna rethink my going into botting again.
About $100 for subscriptions and then a little bit more for the electricity, and he's running everything locally on his machines. This means he has 2 computers, one which he's gaming on himself, and then one standing next to him with a secondary monitor where he can monitor all of his 6 bots. He found my videos very hilarious because he said he would never fall for it personally. He will never die to the methods that I'm using because he's actually able to manually take over control of the bots immediately if he sees something fishy goes on his other screen.
Makes sense.
Now, this nice Swedish guy, he didn't reach out to me because he wanted to show me his own setup. This guy reached out to me because he wanted to show me the Taiwan botting Mafia setup. He explained to me that these guys are not only botting in World of Warcraft. These guys are botting in Path of Exile, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Last Epoch, New World, Pokemon Go, some Star Wars game that I haven't heard of, and a bunch of
Pokemon Go? Really? You can bot that? I guess it does make sense for like Pokemon collectors that would be a thing, but I did not expect that. But yeah, if you're gonna say that it's a botting mafia, I kind of did expect to see a bunch of other games. Didn't expect to see this many games, so this is probably a real big operation.
other games. We want to focus on World of Warcraft because that's our game of choice and that's really what we have interest in. He explained to me that this botting mafia is not running 4 bots or 6 bots. They are running 12,000. 12,000 bots. If you can wrap your head around
That's
that this Swedish
lot.
guy is making about $2,000 after paying subscription and electricity bill, you can only imagine how much money these guys are printing. And that's in World of Warcraft alone. You have to understand they're running this in 10 other games as well. He also explained to me that these guys are not only running their bots locally. That means they are using warehouses, but they also utilize the cloud. If they are botting in Europe or if they are botting in America, they are using the cloud in that specific data center, so the bot is actually running within Europe region. That means that they don't get fucked over by the ping. This also explains why most of the hunters that we saw, at least in the beginning of my crusade, they all had Chinese names. So the bot actually looks like it's from Europe. If Blizzard were to check the IP address and where it's connected from, it's most likely in a data center somewhere located in Europe. But the bot is being operated all the way from Taiwan. Now,
Okay, I don't think that really matters for Blizzard, but okay.
this is not rocket science. You can probably figure this out. If you thought about it long enough, you would probably come to the same conclusion. However, what I'm going to tell you now blew my fucking mind, and I have goosebumps just talking about this. This botting mafia is splitting their bots up to one pack of 1,000 bots. This basically means they have 12 times 1,000 bots. They have a private developed software.
Yeah, I know what this is gonna be. Private developer developed software. It's like the baseline is the same, but then it has slight changes in every one. So when a band wave hits, it only hits a couple of. This is not even remotely the first time that something like this has been done. It's actually the pretty much only thing that big bot farms do, and this software is fully unique. Maybe it got its start from reverse engineering already an existing botting software, but at this point it's effectively completely unique and you will never see it on the market or any other place. All the big bot farms have their own in-house made botting software because that's a very lower risk of ban.
Software, private developed botting software. And they are making 12 different versions of this software.
Yep.
That means they are not identical. They mutate it and modify it in such a way that it looks like 12 different versions. Whenever Blizzard's Warden system detects a botting software, it's removing them within a ban wave. This means every 4 to 6 months, maybe 1,000, which is only one out of the 12 packs that the botting mafia is running, is getting banned. And this explains why we as the community, when we see there's a ban wave, Blizzard comes out and they say, oh, we banned 33,000 bots. They're like clapping in their hands and we're like, oh, great, now I can go farm again. And then you go to the location that you want to farm and the same 6 bots that you've seen there 8 times, they're still there. They're still there. And you're like, wait, didn't they just say that they had a ban wave? Why are these guys still here? That's the explanation. These guys, when the warden detects a botting software, it only removes that particular botting software. But the 11,000 other bots, they are still running. And here's another crazy part. The botting mafia knows this, that every 4 to 6 months, a ban wave rolls out. This basically means that they have already prepared 1,000 new accounts and also a brand new version, a new mutation of the previous software.
Yes, and by the way, some of you are probably wondering, wait, why don't they just run the bots? Because, as pretty much everything in life, it's a fine line between how much you want to do and where the profit lies, okay? If you're running, for example, 20,000 bots, and you're cutting the prices of the things that you sell by half, that's bad. If on the other side of the coin you can run like 12,000 bots and you're cutting the prices of items by only like 1/9, well 1/10. You see, so these botters know where the optimal amount of bots is, and that's why they're reaching out to other games. Because effectively, this is how these companies work. Go into a game, start botting, figure out what you're doing, how you're doing, and how long you're doing, and all of that good stuff. And then, once you have reached effectively maximum profit, because these things do have an actual legitimate profit cap, well, you just move on to another game because there's no more point in botting in these games. Because you have already reached effective profit cap.
And those same bots that just got banned, the new ones are up and running that very same day, if not the day after. This is fucking insane to me. This basically means that out of their entire operation, every time there's a ban wave, they are only getting hit by 10% of their WoW bots. 10%. Now remember what I told you earlier. These guys are not just running bots in World of Warcraft, but in 10 other games. That means whenever Blizzard rolls out a ban wave, actually only 1 to 2% of their entire botting operation is being affected by that ban wave. And the very next day, it's back up and running.
That doesn't make any sense, by the way. First of all, the math doesn't actually check out that. even if you ban that. Second of all, World of Warcraft is probably still the game with the most lucrative bot farms because it just has the most demand. Okay, other games they may be running less bots, and it technically could be more lucrative for a bot on bot basis to run bots in other games. But still, the biggest chunk is most likely World of Warcraft.
This is fucking incredible. And it basically explains that Blizzard are doing something. I am not the one to say that they're not doing enough. But what we are observing, whenever we see a ban.
Listen, okay, Blizzard is not doing anything to get rid of these bots. It's insane. They're not even trying, okay? No. The idea that these bots have hardware and different type of versions is bullshit. Blizzard knows that they can get rid of the bots in literally probably hours by just making a heat map. Because all these bots are gonna go exactly around the same areas. They're gonna take exactly the same paths, and on a heat map, that's gonna show. Okay? When you zoom in on a heat map, I mean, listen, I saw this in the mini map right here at the start. There was like a heat map for mobs or spawn points for things. Blizzard can do that without any problem. Instantaneous. It would probably take them less than a week to make a whole comprehensive heat map of everything on map. And then it would crystallize. You would see, oh, people are doing things here, but for some reason, there's like this very specific line that goes through right here where most people are going. And then you figure out, oh, 85% of those people are hunters. Oh, 85% of those people go exactly through the same line as those hunters. That's interesting. Bots. All you need to do to find these bots is a heat map. And some of you are probably thinking, well, can't they just make different classes, different patterns, and things like that? True. But then they can be banned in a week also. Because again, heat maps literally work track where someone moves. And you can't make a bot that just arbitrarily walks randomly around and achieves things. That's just inefficient as fuck. And also, that would probably be very visible to the actual players who would report these bots then. Even if you make bots of literally every class, and you make like only 10 of these bots, in a month the heat map would show that, wait a minute, there's these specific people always walking on the specific patterns here, they're doing the things, and it's just repeating. Blizzard can get rid of the bots so easily. And heat map probably is not even the easiest way to do it. I'm just talking about one of the easier ways to actually do these things. It's not even close. Blizzard can get rid of these bots whenever they want. But they don't want to get rid of these bots because look at that. If someone has a 12k bot farm, that's a lot of money per month that Blizzard gets.
Ban wave, and we see the same bots running around right after the ban wave, and we are like, what the fuck? Why are these guys still here? I thought they banned them. That's the explanation. Blizzard are banning someone, but they are only hitting one part of the software. The 11 other mutations of that software is still up and running. Now let's get to you guys' favorite part. I'm terrible with math, so it's not my favorite part, so I will probably get something wrong, but we need to break down the numbers. If 6 bots is able to make $2,000, that's the information that we got from this Swedish guy, then one bot is able to make a little more than 300.
Depending on where he bots, is he just gonna equivate the one bot to the 12,000 bots? Because that's not how it works, Chief.
If you've watched my videos, you know that I like to downplay things. I want to make sure that we are on the right side of things. So let's say that we remove 20 to 30% and one bot is actually only making 250. That way we know the bare minimum of what they're able to produce. Then we take that number, we times it with 12,000. That's $3 million.
Doesn't work like that.
$3 million. And that's only from the World of Warcraft bots alone. Remember, they are botting in many other games as well. Now, of course, there's some operation costs here. There's maintenance of machinery. There's subscriptions to World of Warcraft. There's subscription to the cloud service that they are running when they are running bots in the cloud, either in Europe or in North America. So let's just remove 1 million, just to be on the good side of things here. That is still a $2 million profit from running bots in World of Warcraft alone. Wrap your head around that for a second.
Now, how much would the biggest bot farm be making? Probably in the millions, yeah. But is this accurate? Probably no.
Now you have a rough idea of how much money these guys are making. And that's why I got fucking scared. Because if they are making $2 million just running World of Warcraft bots...
I'm gonna let him continue, but that's a stupid reason to be...
Ordering a hitman to fuck me up would be equivalent for them to purchase a sneakers. That's how much money they're making.
That's a Snickers.
And the first thing that I thought about whenever I was thinking about a body mafia and compare it to something else, I was thinking about a drug cartel. So this is a crazy thought, but just bear with me for a second. If you're producing coke all the way up in Eastern Plaguelands...
Okay. This is where we stop. Listen, we watched the previous video where Asmongold said, of course they would kill someone if it's fucking up with their business, and I did say yes because the answer to that question is yes. But I probably should have been more specific because this is now the pure realm of fucking autism. Because when I was saying yes, I'm talking about actual legit big businesses. I'm talking about the Boeing whistleblower who decides to self-delete in a parking lot after his whole shtick that he was so angry about for like 10 years straight, he finally gets vindicated and he is proven right. Okay? I'm talking about those situations because those companies are gonna 100% get hitmen to get rid of you or try to get rid of you in any other way possible, okay? That is true, because we're talking about a situation where you're a $1 billion company and there is one person who literally can make it all go tumbling down, or the people at the top get put in jail or something like that, okay? That's where, yes, you actually do need to fear for your life. Again, we see a lot of whistleblowers in America just magically decide, well, time to self-delete in a parking lot, or, oh, well, time to self-delete 5 miles from my house with a cable cord wrapped around my neck and a shotgun in my chest, and the cops are gonna reel it as self-deletion. That's a real thing, by the way, if you're wondering. But this... Fuck no! They're bot farmers. They're not the Mafia. They're doing nothing illegal. What do you think? Vietnam is this crazy place with a lot of shit going on? Yeah. If someone wanted those bot farmers gone, they probably could actually get a deep web hit on them in Vietnam. But it's not like these Vietnamese people are gonna go and try and hit someone in Europe or America. That's just stupid. If we're talking about a company this large that, let's say, even actually makes like 500K a month. Now, actually, let's go lower. 200K a month. Okay? And is running 12K accounts. You don't have to worry about this. These are the companies that are not going to do anything. They don't care about your existence. The people who are sending him, by the way, threats and things like that are probably people who are doing it as a job. They're like making 1K a month, and that is, you know, relatively okay-ish money, but nothing to write home about. They're not buying. Those are the people who are gonna be like, oh my god, you're disrupting my bot farm for a day. Now I'm losing money, and they're gonna try and threaten you and shit. Those are the people who are gonna do that. Everything else, you're just a cockroach. Honestly, you're a nothing. Literally, if that company is making even 200K per month doing botting, they're not looking at that person as someone. They're looking at him as a bug in a system, because let's be real, he's not canceling out the bot's work for, you know, a whole day or anything like that. That's literally what they probably calculate in an operation cost that someone decides to fuck with the bots a bit. They literally have that in their calculations, 100%. I guarantee you that. That's in their financial scheduling. And for these people, someone who fucks with their bots is literally an issue for the programmers. That they need to they need to upgrade their stuff so they can't mess with the bots any longer like this, because all of these companies are looking at all of these things from only one perspective, because companies only look at things from one perspective, and that's not money, that's risk management. For a company that's making 200k k profit, well, no, 200k gross, 200k a month from botting, they're not gonna waste their time on one dude. They probably don't even know he honestly exists. Well, probably some do, but they don't really care. No one cares. And they're not gonna try and get a hitman to get rid of him, because the idea that you're gonna try and get a hitman for him in the first place is 50 billion times more risky than actually just telling your programmer, who gets a wage from you, whose work is to fix things. Okay? It's literally, he's literally a bug for the programmers to fix. Nothing more. These large companies are not gonna give a shit. And when someone contacts you and says, "Oh, I'm a large company. I run 50 bot farms. I make 100k a month," and you messed with the wrong guy, that person is bullshitting you. Because if they're running 100k, one dude who kills like 10 bots a day or screws with the bots activity for 3 hours a day is is not even a dent in their profits. They don't care. That is the reality. And if they care, they probably just run 10 more bots to make up the difference. No, you do not have to. Well, admittedly, this is real life and anything can honestly happen, but the chances that anyone is going to legitimately go after him, zero. Almost purely zero. Especially from some big farm. It's not going to happen.
And you want to sling that shit all the way down in Tenaris. Let's say it costs $10 for a gram up here and $80 down here. The reason it costs $80 down here is because you have to transfer it all the way through Western Plaguelands, into Hinterlands, Arathi, Wetlands, go to Loch Madan, go to Dunmarok, Searing Gorge, Burning Steps, get to Stormwind, and then you maybe sail it from Stormwind all the way to Steamweedle Port. Crossing...
There's a ship from Stormwind. This... What? I guess it makes sense.
All of these borders, there's a lot of risk involved. The police wants to fuck you up. You're also dealing with very dangerous people doing these logistic and distribution things that there's money involved. All of the middlemen alongside this road, they want to get some money. The guy who's fucking selling it from Stormwind to Steamwood Portal, he wants something as well. That's why it sells for $80 down here. You have a very big chance of getting into jail for 10 years. You have a chance of dying doing this. There's a lot of risk involved. Why would you ever risk running a drug cartel when you can just run 12,000 bots in a video game and no one will ever give you shit?
Yeah, exactly. In Vietnam, those bot farmers are probably at war with each other constantly and threatening each other and whatnot. And you know what the big guys do? They just report them to the police. Because running a bot farm is legal in every country, including in America. Blizzard may not like it, but it's completely legal in all aspects.
The police can never get involved in this. Blizzard is the police. Blizzard is doing a good work. I can see it from the mails that I'm receiving. They are banning people, but they are not on top of it. It's not like they're as I had the understanding in the beginning of World of Warcraft, when I started playing it back when I was a kid, people were getting banned for almost nothing. You could say a slur to somebody and you would get a communication ban. So they were on top of things, but it has gotten loose now. I suppose the botting operation is just getting better. But think about it for a second. Why would you do all that risk of logistics, of selling drugs and transferring drugs, if the same people, the same type of person can start a botting operation instead? I believe that's why they call it the Mafia, because it's the same type of person. They just changed what they're selling, and they change how they acquire it. That's why I got scared. Whenever I saw my information being leaked in there, it was not a death threat that I received, as I said. It was the one that I didn't receive.
This is classic. Oh, you don't have aspect of the Viper, right? That's only in Sod from Monastery.
And these guys are printing money. That's why I got scared. I can understand it from the
Hey, look at that. That's our cockroach, man.
botter's perspective. I understand it from Blizzard's perspective. And I understand it, of course, from my own perspective. I don't want to be a part of it because I don't want to die. The botters don't want to stop because
No. The fact that you think that someone who's making $1 million is gonna risk killing someone in another country through the deep web that's filled with the fucking FBI or some shit like that? Now, you don't understand their perspective. You don't understand the business perspective of this at all, okay? Listen, you're not a Boeing whistleblower. You're fine, buddy. You're fine. You're actually fine.
they're printing money. And Blizzard don't want to stop it. Of course they want to stop it, but they don't want to stop it that much because they are also getting money.
Yeah.
And also, we do not understand the difficulty of removing bots.
We do. It's ridiculously simple. Okay, again, a heat map can probably just instantaneously nuke 90% of the bots.
We see it from a player's perspective. I use 16 hours per day in this game. That's why I see the bots. But if the guys that are responsible of removing the bots are not the ones that are actually playing the game, they don't see how large a problem this really is because they don't experience it in the game. I believe it's important that the people that should remove the bots are also the people that actually plays the game. Now, Asmongold has a great point. I want to show this because he actually puts
Motherfucker just wants Asmongold to react to his video.
light onto this.
Threaten to kill someone just because your business isn't working anymore? Well, of course you do. So, like, if you have somebody that's hurt...
Yeah, this is what this is where I said yes. Because this is true for the big stuff. Not for the fucking little shit. Now, if you have easy access to the person, sure, yeah, why not? That could happen. But we're again talking about Vietnamese rice fucking farmers. Who now need to go to, I'm assuming Sweden, because only a Swede would be dumb enough to actually try and get rid of bots as a fun activity.
hurting your business and you can kill them and then have the business work, well, then why wouldn't you want to kill them? Of course. Yeah, duh. That's why they do it. That's why they're threatening him.
Yeah, I should have not agreed with this point. Now that I'm rewatching this, I should not have said yes. Okay, I should have put some nuance into this because Asmongold probably is legitimately thinking, oh yeah, anyone would kill anyone for anything if that meant that they got money. Because Asmongold is a retard.
Absolutely. Yes, fucking obviously.
So exactly as you point here, remember this is taken out of context. Asmongold is on our side. So don't take this out of context. I understand why I'm getting threats. I really do. And I understand if I said this in one of my very early videos, if I would receive a ban from Blizzard, I would understand it as well. Because in terms of conduct, they say that you cannot grief other players on hardcore. I don't qualify bots as being real.
A bot is not a player by definition. Okay, buddy? You're fine. Anyway, I wonder how this is gonna end, but this is starting to bore me. Yeah, that was Mad Skills HC. Hardcore. 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.